you doing?
It kept buzzing, and I kept hearing it. So I just tried to throw it, but I thought it was going to fall. It's fine.
Are you okay?
I'm having a day. No, it's fine. Okay, ready?
Okay.
Hi, Courtney.
Hey, Stephanie.
How's it going?
It's going good.
Good.
I mean, for a Sunday and all. But that's okay.
It's okay.
It was a weekend.
Yeah. How was your weekend?
It was good. I actually did some flower arrangements.
Right up your alley.
I know. I will be disowned because they're for the University of Florida.
Oh.
And we have Florida State fans. It's a little bit of rivalry.
Oh, boy.
But they turned out beautiful.
How many did you have to make?
12.
That's awesome.
And they were with artificial flowers.
Oh,
and not
hey.
real flowers, which
A lot less fragile, much longer lifespan.
I'm like, why am I not doing
No
this? Like,
water in the
Right.
vases.
but it's really cool. It's got like a football.
Did you take a picture of it?
Yeah, I have a picture of it.
I'll see pictures.
Yeah, I'll show it to you.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, so I did that. So that made me happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we got in the pool.
Okay. It's actually like chilly here for Florida.
Okay.
In March.
When I say pool, I mean the spa where it's
Oh,
like 90
heated.
degrees. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, my daughter got in there.
Of course. Because children, they don't feel the cold.
How do they not feel temperature?
I don't know. I would be swimming in a pool when I was a kid and be.
I know.
But I wouldn't get out.
No.
My teeth would be chattering. And I'm
Yes.
like, mm-mm,
No.
staying in.
No, my daughter, she jumped right in. I'm like, it's 65 degrees in that pool. That's cold water.
And it was like 60 degrees outside.
Yes.
Which for Florida in March is chilly.
It is chilly. Okay, guys, don't make fun of us.
Don't make fun of us. I know
that's-
we don't have snow and stuff, but like compared to how it was last week, it was like 80.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's a little chilly.
It's a little chilly.
Uh-huh.
I need my parka.
Or as my mother says, Parker.
Your parka. Okay. Turn the ER into an A every time.
Uh-huh.
Paneros.
She says Paneros too.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
Panera. I don't know.
It's a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Your mom's great. How was your weekend?
Speaking of my mother, we went to brunch with her this morning.
Yeah?
It was great. Had
Aw.
mimosa.
I love mimosas.
I had some like avocado smash thing with like egg on it and
Oh.
feta cheese. It was great.
It was
Oh, it was so good.
I love some avocado.
Me too. It's
great?
feta. Mm.
Yeah.
I love it.
Cheese.
Mhm.
Salty cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With avocado. What a great blend. I'm all about it.
I feel like we're hungry right now.
Oh, just for some feta and avocado, I think.
I think cut an avocado and toast.
Oh, I'm on board completely.
Yeah.
I actually went someplace that had toast, avocado, feta, and balsamic drizzle on
That's
top.
how I make mine with a little bit of salt, little sea salt. I
want
love
that.
balsamic.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I just cut an avocado in half and then I cut it like slices into it and then put balsamic in it and put some salt and just eat it with a spoon.
That sounds really good.
Yeah.
Maybe next week we could have little crackers with like avocado.
Yeah, why don't we have that
cheese
now?
And balsamic on it. Because we're just improvising it now of like, hey, we should have that.
Why didn't you know this ahead of time?
I'll make sure. I know. We both love it. Why would I not think of it? We'll have it next week.
Okay, great.
Sounds good.
I know.
Okay, so I have a surprise for us. Well, two surprises.
What?
Okay. The first one is I've been trying to do like a little themed kind of cocktail drink when we do our Patreon movies.
Yeah.
So last month with Love Witch, I did the Witch's Brew
Cauldron,
flat coke
something.
thing, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Fine, on brand, cool. This week, I decided to make like a little like sangria slushy.
Oh, wow. Right in my face. Rude.
So it doesn't come out as red as I thought it was going to. I was
No.
hoping it'd be like blood slushy.
Oh, ew.
A blushy.
You don't.
It's not.
You can find words like all the time. But it's really nice.
No blushy, but it's pretty good.
Not a blushy?
No, but it's pretty yummy.
It's nice. It's refreshing.
Yeah. I have another surprise for us too.
Oh,
what
God.
else is up my sleeves? Okay.
Okay. Your shirt's not that big.
And I got a lot going on up here, girl.
Okay.
So each Patreon movie we've been doing with this thing, we've had headgear. So I was like, what kind of headgear can I get for this movie?
Oh, my God. I thought you forgot.
Oh, no. I sure did.
Oh. Are you fucking kidding me?
They are little headlamps. Put it on.
Oh, God. Okay.
So So like the main character had like those little GoPro headlamps on his head. So careful, they're really bright. So just tilt it down if you're going to turn it on. Don't blind me.
Oh. I won't do it yet. I'll
Don't twist it on the side. You look crazy. There you go.
Oh, I look crazy? That made me look crazy?
Not the headlamp. No. Wait, it's really bright. Holy shit. Oh my gosh. Wait,
it's like I'm coal mining.
It gets a little seizure-y. Uh-oh. Is it blinking yet? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So, anyway, I wanted us to have some headgear.
I can't right now. Where did you get this?
Amazon, of course.
Of course, Amazon. Oh my God.
I was like, we need headlamps. Amazon, don't you let me down.
This is so dumb.
Like, this is not the dumbest. This is not the dumbest one we worn.
No.
The hats that we wore, the rain durkee, that was far dumber than this.
That was great.
This is up there, though.
Wow, guys. This is.
We look good.
Do we? Oh my God. Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, what did we watch this week?
Oh my God. I don't know. This is gonna be good for hurricane season.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Safety first.
Safety.
I will say that when I got these, my husband and I were like, how bright are these? We turned off all the lights in our house and put them on. We're like, holy shit.
It's real bright.
Unreal. Careful. Okay. There you go. Light up your notes a little bit.
Yeah.
Is that distracting in our video? I feel like a dentist. Let me look in there.
Oh God.
All right. Well,
Okay.
that's fun. Okay. Right. So what did we watch this week?
Well, we're watching a Patreon pick, obviously.
Yeah.
And it was Deadstream.
Mm-hmm.
It was on Shudder.
Yes, from 2022.
Yep.
Your thoughts, Courtney?
No.
Just no thoughts. There's no thoughts.
No. I did not know. I did not read the synopsis. I did not watch the trailer because I wanted to be surprised. I don't like watching the trailers of movies I've never seen just because I want to get the whole effect.
Yeah.
This movie was dumb.
Yeah.
This movie it was, I feel like this is could be like a real person.
Sure.
Like as far as obviously with their social media and everything like that and trying to get followers and trying to make money, basically. This was dumb.
So, is this thing actually recorded? Oh, yeah. So, I did watch the trailer for it. And I actually thought it was going to be like a creepy movie because the trailer, I felt like made you think, like, okay, might have a good amount of jump scares, kind of creepy, fine.
Yeah.
And then I started watching it and I was like, okay, maybe it is going to be kind of creepy. And then I kept watching it and I was like, oh, no.
No.
This is just going to be stupid.
It's going to be dumb.
This is Sean Ruddy coming to you live from Death Manor.
For 7 years now, you have watched me face my fears for your entertainment. There is one fear that I haven't yet faced. I will be spending one night alone in a haunted house. Don't forget to smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and follow me on Livid.
This is the most haunted house in the United States. Death Manor was built in 1880.
Mildred lived here for 8 years in this house. She hung herself at the end of this hall.
Tonight, we're gonna be monitoring 3 rooms, all of which have actual documented paranormal activity. I hope you all appreciate the public service I'm doing by being here. Are you still with what's her name? No, shh, we're here.
Oh, come on, that doesn't even look real. I'm not falling for this Photoshop hack job.
This must be her journal! Mildred is collecting souls to create the family she could never have in life.
She sold her soul to the devil.
I understand why you do what you do. I don't want to be remembered as a douchebag. Somebody help me!
scary parts in it, though.
There were jump scares.
There were some jump scares. There was some things that I was not expecting to happen.
Sure.
But overall,
And when you have a camera angle, like, so it's filmed from like his GoPro on his head.
it was
or
like Blair Witch.
Yeah, so like the camera hanging in front of, like, it's like filmed just seeing his perspective. So
Yeah.
anything like that, I was like, okay, this could be creepy. But it just somehow got like dumber and dumber the more we watched it.
Yeah.
To the point of where like the dead people came out in like stupid costumes.
I don't know.
I was like, their budget for the movie was like low, I guess.
Corner guy. The corner man. Corner man? Corner man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like a head with like a stick body.
Yeah, what was that about?
I don't know.
And he like shuffled along like.
How'd that go again? That looked very uncomfortable.
Well, uncomfortable to watch too.
It was.
Yeah, so unanimously stupid, right?
It was not great.
Yeah.
It was not
Not great.
And especially for having to, because it was a Shudder original.
Yeah.
So you have to pay for Shudder to watch the movie.
Which means we paid for to watch this movie.
we did. Fun times.
Before we hop in,
Who picked this movie?
patrons.
Okay.
Let's chat about a couple of things before let's prolong chatting about the movie.
Let's do it.
Obviously, tipsypod.com.
It's great.
I love it. So just live on our website. There's just everything for Open on there. You can find yourself some Tipsy Pod swag if you want to get yourself some merch. Get yourself some shirts. I got one of mine on.
Oh, you do?
Peace and wine.
I'm just wearing black because that's my mood. You know.
It's a good vibe for the movie because it's just somber and just meh.
It is.
Meh.
That's how I feel about it.
Oh, I believe you. I do too. You can also listen to our episodes on our website if you wanted to.
Yeah, you can.
You can also find our Patreon on there.
Patreon.
If you want to see this ridiculous video that we are filming right now with our headlamps as part of our Patreon movies.
I can't believe I agreed to this. I should not have agreed to
You
it.
put it on without even questioning it.
course
Just
not.
effortlessly just put it on.
It fit my head perfectly.
You're welcome. I didn't get your head size before I suggested it. It's fine.
You already knew it.
I did. My Courtney mannequin had the right head size. So you can watch this stupid video, and you can also vote for our regular Patreon movies that we do each month and decide on what dumb shit we're going to watch. I feel like I'm like really far this way. There we go. It's just as simple as I'm trying to like move. Okay, that's better. Is that good? Oh, wow. This does look really stupid, doesn't it?
You did it.
I don't regret it. You did. So our Patreon has 4 different tiers. We start $1 a month, and our top tier is $7 a month, and you get everything in the top tier: ad-free episodes, episode day before everybody else. It goes on Tuesdays and a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Exclusive content like this ridiculous shit. You can also vote for our movies, like we're talking about. It's gonna have a mark on your head.
I know.
It already feels like it's going to on mine.
Oh, that's better.
Is it? It's distracting.
You feel like you're being stared at.
Regardless of the tier you pick, they all help support our show, and we appreciate that.
Yes, we do.
And you can also on our website find all of our social media:
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube.
Woo! Follow us on there. Follow us on Facebook. Also join our Facebook group.
Yeah.
It's kind of ridiculous. Super chatty.
Yeah.
On there, we ask for buzzwords. You can just suggest silly words or phrases for us to put into our episodes each week. We'll just slide them right in.
Try.
So we try our best.
Yeah.
We try. We try to get to all of them. We can't make them all work, but we try our hardest. So just join our Facebook group. And yeah, let's hop in.
Let's do it.
Do you want to hear the IMDb synopsis for it?
Sure.
A disgraced internet personality attempts to win back his followers by live streaming one night alone in a haunted house. But when he accidentally pisses off a vengeful spirit, his big comeback event becomes a real-time fight for his life.
Does it though?
Kind of, but like,
Do we care?
no.
Oh, okay. Just checking. I was just checking.
I will say, reluctantly, I did think some of his lines were kind of funny.
It was a comedy. This was a
Yes.
comedy.
That's why at first I was like questioning what it was.
Uh-huh.
Because he just said like weird shit sometimes that I like made note of. I was like, that was actually kind of funny.
Well, it was more like, obviously, he was not afraid of what was going on in this house.
Right.
He was more concerned about making sure that he had enough viewers and
Yeah.
that he was making
Sponsors?
money.
Yes.
That's all. That's all it was.
Okay.
So are we ready? Can I have a drink first?
Yeah, let's cheers.
Cheers. Oh, boop. Here we go. So we start off by meeting Sean Reddy. He's telling us that he is a piece of trash as he crudely has newspaper, dirty diapers, empty cans, wrappers like taped to his shirt.
Yeah, as he climbs out of an actual trash
He's
can.
popping out of a trash can.
Yeah.
Okay. So we see that this is the intro to one of his episodes where he does this like jackass type stunt things.
For attention.
For attention, for viewers, for money, for all of that. He tells us that he's doing this because he hates himself and he likes attention.
He sure does.
What? Why? Obviously, I don't understand jackass either because they hurt themselves. They do stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. As he starts his next episode, or his newest episode, we see news articles that he has been a disgraced live streaming megastar who loses sponsors after a tasteless stunt that he did, apparently. We don't know what it is. We find out later on.
Right.
He's been suspended from YouTube and charges have been filed against him. Dude, what the fuck did you do?
Yeah. And I think he had to wait 6 months, right, before he can go back to any type of live streaming.
Yes. So, yeah, he's been banned. So he tells us that he doesn't care about money. Oh, that's not true.
You're right.
But he's holding a sponsored, like, drink in his hand, and he's heavily promoting his merchandise. Like, he's got, like, shirts and cups and
all behind him. Yeah.
So stupid. So as he says that he is terrified of ghosts, he says he's going to be spending the night alone in his haunted house and he's going to live stream it. So everybody can, like, I guess, for one thing. So if you've got all of these viewers and you do all these stupid stunts, a haunted house is where you're going to try to get all of your, like,
I don't know.
viewers.
I'm wondering if he just thought the whole thing was bullshit and he can make it as ridiculous as he wanted to get all these viewers. I don't know.
I don't know either, but okay. So the live stream starts.
His mom also told him to pack a couple of things. And his mom told him to pack holy water, a crucifix, some salt,
Yes.
garlic,
Yes.
a silver dagger,
Uh-huh.
and a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Definitely need that peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I can go for a PB&J. I
Right?
like them a lot.
I do too. But there's got to be a certain amount of peanut butter and a certain amount of
The
jelly.
ratio has to be right.
Not a whole lot of peanut butter. I don't want it to stick to my mouth.
See, I want like 55-45 peanut butter versus jelly.
Okay.
And I only want grape jelly.
Oh, yeah. No, for sure.
You know who cares about this? Literally nobody.
Okay, moving on. So the live stream
They're
starts.
like, oh, so, okay, 45 jelly? Okay, good.
You never know. Somebody may need to know how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich because they've been doing it wrong their entire lives, and now they know. They know the correct ratio.
The ratio is all, it's the right thing to do.
I think you've helped people.
Public service.
PSA. Now the live stream starts. So we get some on-screen text that says, in October of 2022, a beloved internet personality disappears in a house near Payson, Utah, while I said broad streaming, broadcasting a live event. A year later, this footage was found. Well, nah. So we see as the camera the camera doesn't pan back. He steps back. He's holding a shirt that's got this slogan or these words on it.
The text is on the front of a shirt.
Yeah. Of course, he's prompting people to buy this shirt.
Yeah, he said he made this merch and he wants people to go buy it because he's like live in front of this like death manor. It's one of the most haunted houses in the country, but it's only the most haunted one that would let him stream their live.
Right.
So like it went pretty far down on the list, I think, as far as the most haunted houses in the country.
Not okay.
Okay, fine.
But it might be. I mean, based on what's going on in this house, it's got some stuff going on.
Yeah.
Okay. So, he's all geared up with his backpack. He's got like this tool belt thing looking thing.
Like a utility belt.
He's got a GoPro on his head. Oh, boop, boop.
Can you hear that in your headphones?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh, God. By the way, that was our GoPro.
Oh, yeah. Not our joints or anything. That was our go.
I'm getting old, guys. Getting old.
Careful, Courtney.
I'm going to break
Those
something.
joints sound rough.
So as he starts his venture to this old house, that he's going to be spending the night in, he says that he's going to take precautions so that he doesn't leave. So first off, he opens the hood of his car. He pulls out some car parts, which I find out were spark plugs.
Yeah.
And he throws them into the woods.
He has 2 spark plugs and he's like, so I don't tempt myself. And then like chucks it. Really?
Why?
If he just like dug a little hole and put him in there and put like a little flag on it, that still would be very time consuming to like dig him out, put him back in, like regardless.
Right. And obviously this is going to be a foreshadowing moment here.
Well, yeah, but also like in the morning, if you were just going to leave like no problem in the morning, you got to go fucking find them.
Right.
Now. That's inconvenient if nothing else.
What if you threw them and broke them? I don't know how they work.
Or they landed in like the water. Like you don't know where they landed.
No.
What if the animal ate it?
What if they landed in a pile of poop?
Ew. Sift through it?
What was that?
Sift through it.
Get in there. Just get in. Oh, okay. Wow. The visuals. You really got in there. Okay.
I got the spark plug.
I'm glad I'm over here. So he cautiously like walks up to the house, like creeping up to the house.
Yeah.
As if the house is going to jump out and like scare him or see him. It's weird. It's weird.
Yes.
Why?
Yeah.
So he gives it like a brief history of Death Manor. Apparently, which this is kind of irrelevant, but it was built in 1880 by a wealthy Mormon pioneer.
Yeah.
His daughter Mildred, we meet her later on in the movie, has committed suicide in the house, which was the first of many. So he sets up this motion sensor camera outside before he goes inside or tries to get inside, which we'll talk about. He connects it to his iPad that he's holding.
Right.
So he's got this iPad that he walks around this whole entire time with, and it's got the different cameras that he sets up around the house.
And like his GoPro.
And his GoPro. So everything is connected to this iPad and he can see all the cameras.
Yep.
So he goes to the back of the house, pries open some wood and like this corrugated metal that's like up against the door.
Yeah, he had like a crowbar like in his backpack that he just like, yeah. Like, okay.
Okay. So I also saw that as he took a piece of wood off and then he took the corrugated metal thing off, there were other pieces of wood, but they were literally like on the door. Did you see that?
Yes, they weren't doing anything.
No.
They weren't holding the door closed.
No.
And also it's like a swing indoor, so why would the wood be on the outside of the door, not on the inside, holding it?
I don't know. It was like it's for decorative purposes. I'm not sure.
It's a visual effect.
Of what? We don't know.
No.
So he opens the door and screams because there's spiders.
We thought that was kind of funny.
It was pretty funny.
He squeals and he's like, oh, I hate spiders. And he has this spray. He's like getting all the spider webs.
Wow. He has a can of spider spray?
And he gets like this high-pitched squeal every time he screams too. It's
Yeah.
not even like an actual scream. It's just a squeal. Okay.
It's literally a squeal.
It's a squeal.
So he closes the door behind him. And again, to prevent him from leaving soon, he like deadbolts the lock.
yeah, it's like a padlock.
A padlock.
Locks it, takes the key and puts it in this like grate on the floor. What is that grate inside the house? What
I
is
have a
that going
question.
to?
Yes. Why do they have a grate in the middle of the living room?
And also, doesn't it feel like if this house has been abandoned since 1880, there's not going to be any windows in there? And if they are not boarded up, they seem like they'd be pretty easy to get out of.
I would think so. Or the wood that's on there is probably pretty brittle. You could probably like knock that in.
Off. And like again, morning time, if you're like, I need to leave, fuck, now I gotta climb down this weird grate to get my key. This is dumb. This is just dumb.
It is dumb. I don't understand. Okay. So after he checks some of the comments on his live stream, he walks through the house, comments on like a well bucket that's like laying in the living room, which is, it comes back on purpose because there's no reason why that would have been.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So he says he's feeling a part of the ring because of this well bucket. Like he's part of this movie.
Yeah.
So he also sees these used needles and a large butcher block knife hanging on the wall in the kitchen.
And there's like blood smeared on the wall where the needles are too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so he tells us that he will be investigating 3 rooms of the house. They all have documented paranormal activity. And he starts in the master bedroom, pulls up a camera to capture all the activity that's in there. Like he puts it up on the wall.
Yeah, he's got little GoPros that he puts in like the corner of like all of these rooms.
Yeah.
And he goes into the master bedroom, there's like a chair in there, a wooden chair that he climbs up on.
Of course.
And of course it doesn't break on him.
Not at all.
He climbs up there and he puts it on the corner and he says that he's investigating that room because there are pictures from paranormal investigators that they took a couple years ago, whatever.
Right.
because allegedly this old man who lived in the room after Mildred or whatever, after she died, that would claim that there was this like man that would be in the corner.
Corner man.
Corner man. What a clever name.
So original.
And when the paranormal investigators went there, they took a picture and he holds up like his tablet, iPad, whatever, and we see like a silhouette.
Yeah, like a ghosty silhouette.
In that corner of the creepy man.
Right. It's not like a dark silhouette. It's like white, which is
it's just
weird.
like foggy. It's like someone moved the camera when you took a picture.
So I like paranormal stuff.
Sure.
So most of the time, I would say, actually, no, all of the time, it's always like a dark mass.
Sure.
Not white.
Yeah.
Why white?
I don't, cloudy, foggy, it looks like. The windows are open and broken. Maybe some fog got in there. I don't know.
Okay. I'm just asking questions. We don't need answers.
I agree. It makes no sense.
So he hears a thud in the room somewhere, runs out of the room.
Mm-hmm.
He goes over to the staircase and tells us that the daughter of the man that built this house hung herself there. So he's not afraid anymore. Like he hears the noise, he brushes it off real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick.
And at random times with the movie, he like opens up his live stream on his iPad and he's like checking the conversations that people are having. And someone's like, do the right thing. Don't disturb the spirits. Let them rest, whatever. And then underneath that one, someone wrote, I'm single and lonely. Who wants my number?
I was finding myself looking at the feed most of the time.
Once I saw that one, I was trying to read below like the actual comments he was reading.
Yeah.
And to see what like dumb shit people were writing. So I have a couple of my notes.
Oh,
of,
I
like,
do
some
too.
weird- I have the same ones.
Probably do. Because that was the best part of the whole entire
100%.
movie. So on the second floor, he tells us that as creepy as the ghost man is, or the corner man, not ghost man, corner man ghost is, the second floor is the real paranormal G spot of this house.
I wrote that too.
I said gross. What?
I'm like, pause. Write that down.
No, he's no.
The second room he's investigating is the nursery. Of fucking course there's a nursery in a haunted house. Of course there is. He said 2 babies and 3 kids have died in this nursery.
Yeah.
And he goes in there and there's like this lacy curtain over this one window and it's like blowing in the wind.
Right.
And he's like, there's this one window that's not boarded up. Maybe somebody escaped. And then like moves on and like puts a camera in the
Sometimes
corner.
he's going through this house and this whole entire movie, he's just like completely, he'll say something.
Yeah.
And then he completely moves on. Like it never happened.
Yeah, 100%. And he shows us a video too of like, he hops in out of like videos that he wants to show us of like, this was in like 1998 of like these paranormal investigators went to this house and they brought like a little girl with them to go like talk to these children ghosts.
Right.
And like she didn't want any part of the room because she said it's not her room and she's like pointing to the door. And then it cuts back to him and he's like, did you see that? Anyway, and like moves on.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
So he's like trying to, I think he's trying obviously to get more viewers and saying that this place is haunted, but he doesn't believe it himself.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So he goes into another room that has reported activity. He goes into another room that has reported not to have any activity. So he makes it his home base.
Yeah.
So he sits down at this desk that happens to be in there, drinks his promoted drink in front of the camera. He checks the comments again, and they're like telling him to provoke the spirits that are in there, or they're gonna leave the feed. He's like, no,
Right.
don't leave, don't leave.
Do whatever you say. Gosh.
Right. So he gets out this like Twister Games spinny board thing it's titled Stupid Things to Do. So on there's options of a seance, exorcism, a spirit board, EVP, or do nothing. Okay. So he
Do nothing.
I know, that's what he's crossing. So he flicks the arrow, it spins, and it lands on seance. He doesn't want to do it, but says that as long as he can pick the room, he'll do it. Okay. Don't be a douchebag.
In that safe room, he also finds like a closet as well.
Oh, yeah.
And in the safe room behind like clothes are still hung in there, there's like this piece of like wood looking thing, I guess. Like a thin piece of like, I don't know.
It looked like a piece of clay.
Kind of.
Maybe?
But there's this like drawing on it of like a palm with like an eye in the middle.
Right. I didn't know that that's what that was until we find out that that's what it was.
Yeah. And he's like, what's this shit? And like kind of drops it on the ground and then decides to go into the nursery for the spinny wheel thing.
Right. Because that's what I would pick, is that room.
You're saying, okay, he picked, so the other,
I guess because they were kids and he's not afraid of kids, I guess.
I guess. I think kids in scary rooms are fucking terrifying. My God. Because that's what, and the third haunted room in the house was the bathroom.
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
like next to the safe room.
Correct.
Gross.
So as he walks in the nursery to do the seance, he finished his story about like what happened to Mildred. And he tells us that the legend has it that all of the kids that died after her were stuck there. And Mildred was keeping them there to create her own family that she was never able to have.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so do we believe that?
No. No.
So he walks over to this child-sized bed. He looks underneath it, starts like rummaging through the trash and stuff that's underneath there, and finds this like antique clown doll.
It's creepy looking.
It's got to be porcelain.
Yeah, 100%.
So he asks his viewers to find out what year it was and how much he can get for it. And then he probably puts it in his bag.
Yeah, he's like, what can I sell this for on eBay?
Oh my God. So he starts a seance, but when nothing happens, he says, Red Rover, send dead babies right over. And I'm like, dude, so inappropriate. So a few seconds later, he hears this like loud thump.
Yeah.
And then acting terrified, because he's not really terrified. He's acting terrified. He runs out screaming back to the office. He sits on the floor and then like after 2 seconds, acts like he's scared. But then he starts talking about a girl that he dated that had a cyst on her forearm.
Yeah. He like pretends to have this seizure and then he's like, gotcha, just joking. And then transitions to the weird cyst thing. And as he's talking about it, he like takes this bucket off of a dresser, dumps out whatever weird pebbles for whatever fucking reason, pieces of shit, I don't know, we're in it.
Who knows?
He puts it on the ground, and as the camera's facing him and he's talking, he's peeing
In this bucket.
in this bucket. Gross.
Gross. You just,
It's only been there for like 15 minutes.
could you have not peed outside before you got in there?
Go
No?
outside.
Okay.
Oh, you know why he can't? Because he locked himself in like a fucking idiot.
And he dropped his
I
key
guess-
down the living room gate.
Weird grate thing. Guess I'll pee in this bucket.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Why?
I don't like
Okay.
it.
And it's a big grate, not a little grate.
It's big.
It's huge.
It looks like it's one outside of like where a Subway is. Like a Subway, like I don't mean like restaurant. Like I mean below ground train.
Not. You don't want to sub?
Eat fresh. It's like, why is there a grate out here?
So then he gets real excited about this idea that he just had. He wants this woman or this girl that he had dated that had this cyst on her arm. He wants to do an episode, but he wants to drain her cyst. And he wants to call it You Gag, You Lose challenge.
I'm already gagging at just the thought of it.
Why? Why?
I hate it.
This guy's stupid.
I don't like it.
So his viewer thinks this whole episode is lame, like this whole haunted house thing. And I'm sure that they think that the cyst thing is disgusting as
Disgusting.
well. So then he starts peeing in a bucket. Okay. So as he, like you were saying before, like he was peeing in the bucket, as he's doing that, he has his eyes closed and the viewers, we see like the comments from the viewers.
Yeah.
Saying that there's a ghost outside his door and that he needs to run and get out of the house. So he's not seeing any of this.
Right.
He has his eyes
His
closed.
eyes are closed.
Okay, so he thinks that they are photoshopping. Like once he once he starts looking at the camera again.
He sees the comments.
He sees the comments and he's like, oh, why are you sending me these photoshopped pictures or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then he pulls up the live feed and like kind of rewinds what was just recorded and he sees for himself and actually gets scared.
Yeah.
Like there's an actual ghost in his house, in this house. So he runs into the closet that's in that room and hides. So his viewers call him out because before he started this whole thing, he told them that they need to hold him accountable and that anytime he hears a noise, he has to go check it out.
Yeah. They're like telling him to get back out there, get back out there. He's like, I can't do it. And they're saying like, you're going to lose your sponsors. He's like, okay, I'll do it.
Oh my God. That's really all this is about, but he doesn't want any money.
Apparently not.
He doesn't
No.
want money. So he gives himself a pep talk about just walking down the hall, checking it out, and then coming right back.
Yeah.
So as he walks out into the hallway, there are all kinds of noises happening around him. Doors are opening. We hear like footsteps running past him, which was kind of funny because he couldn't see him, but he could hear him.
Yeah.
So he runs back to the office, puts a dresser in front of the door, like without drawers. Like I don't know what that's.
And also the door, like he
Opens
pushed
up.
open into the hallway and put a dresser in front of.
So I guess it's like a tripping hazard for somebody that walks in. I don't.
It'll slow him down,
Slow him
maybe?
down?
Or they just like push it out of the way. I don't know.
I don't know. So he screams because he can hear more thuds outside the store. Then we see a girl open the door. She is she opens the door and she's like fangirling real hard.
Yeah.
She says she loves him. She watches him all the time, blah, blah, blah. So she walks over to him and gives him like this huge hug. Well, I think he embraces her into a hug.
Yeah, because he was just happy that it was a human person and not this crazy spirit he thought was going to be there.
Right.
So he was excited to see like somebody else. And then he tells her like, okay, you can't be here. You have to go. I'm trying to do this. Oh, wait, you can stay. No, you can't be here. Oh, wait, don't leave me. He does this like whole battle back and forth with her. And then like all the people who are like watching it, like his like live streamers, they're all commenting like, keep her around. We love Chrissy.
Right.
You need Chrissy. She's cooler than you. Like all this stuff to like keep her there.
Right.
So he's like, no, this is my show. She's got to go.
Right.
But people are commenting like, Team Chrissy, Team Chrissy. So he's like, I'm going to put a poll out. So he puts this poll on his stream about like, keep Chrissy, yes or no. And people are significantly more yeses than nos.
Right.
So he's like, fine, she can stay. So he gives her like a little headlamp GoPro thing too.
Yeah.
So that she can have a camera view as well.
Which is, I mean, that's nice, I
Okay.
guess. Sure. So anyway, so she introduces herself. Her name's Chrissy. He asks how she found out like he was there.
Yeah.
And she's like, it wasn't hard. I just pieced a few good things together that you said. And he's like, well, he asked why she drove all the way out into the middle of nowhere in the middle of the night to get there. And she said she just wanted to say hi in person.
Creepy.
Red flag.
100%.
Red flag. Don't let a creepy viewer that's apparently stalking you. Okay. Anyways, we find out. So he starts packing up his bags and starts to leave. And she asks if he is leaving, and he tells her that he is a salt lick for ghosts. And it's not worth the money.
Yeah.
So she asks if he's going to leave with currently having the record amount of views that he's ever had. He had no idea. He quickly looks at his laptop and sees that there's like 4 million viewers watching this. So he says that he'll stay.
Yeah.
But the premise is not as scary if she stays, but the viewers think it's different. So that's when he takes the poll and everything.
Yeah.
So he puts a camera on her head to start investigating. They go downstairs to investigate the master bedroom.
I love that when they leave the room, he walks out first and he's like,
He pushes her.
He grabs her and like pushes her as like bait into the hallway first. I'm like, wait a second.
He's not great.
Yeah. And then he's like, wait, I should be in front. So then he goes in front of her and tells her to like go back to back with him. So she has to walk backwards down the hall so that she has a view of behind them. And he's like, it's like I've got eyes in the back of my head. And they're like awkwardly trying to go down the stairs with her backwards so that he doesn't have anything sneak up from behind him. She's like, okay.
He's not a very nice person because typically
He's very selfish.
he's very selfish.
Yeah.
Okay, so they go downstairs to investigate the master bedroom. Apparently, she leaves his side somehow, and he freaks out. So they end up going into the bedroom. She like pops around the corner. She's like, I was just joking, whatever. So they go into the bedroom, start looking around. Chrissy screams when she looks in the closet that's in the bedroom, which makes Sean scream because he's
Squeal.
not scream, squeal. So he tells the viewers that he's going to kill her before the end of the night because of her screaming. So he goes over to check out the closet and thinks that it might be mice. And then he ends up finding a hole in the drywall. And then he just removes it because it looks like it's like been
like a panel.
detached.
And they just pulls off there easily.
Yeah.
And they find a staircase.
Staircase into a cellar. What? Okay. So Chrissy finds down in the cellar, a trunk and like this old, small, locked wooden box.
Yeah.
Is inside it with some clothes and stuff.
Yeah.
So Sean ends up putting this little wooden box into his backpack. I think. Did he?
Yes, he
Yes,
did. Because he
okay.
wants to like steal things and sell it.
Right. He's like, oh, there's probably money in here. Okay. So he also finds this small journal in this trunk thing. It's Mildred's. And Sean gets excited that it could be something that could unlock the secrets of the house, but is very disappointed when it's just poems
Yeah.
that he says don't rhyme.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know that there's different types of poems?
Sure.
There's different.
They don't all rhyme.
They don't all have to rhyme.
Okay. Yeah, and he was talking about how bad it smelled down there when they were walking down these creepy ass cellar stairs. And they turned to like next to this like chest is like a dead dog. Who knows how long the dog has been there?
It's mummified.
It's mummified. And they run back up the staircase.
Right. So now the viewers want him to spin the twister wheel again. And Christy has to Christy has to do it. The arrow lands on a line, and he wants her to spin it again, but she's like, something in this house wants us to do both. It gets really excited.
Yeah.
So apparently it landed on the spear board and an EVP. So he pulls out both of them. He pulls out the board. He pulls out the little recorder thing. They both put one hand on the planchette.
Look at you go again. With
I know, because I researched it that one time.
Yeah, you did. But I'm just impressed you remember the name because I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Well done.
I mean, it's a planchette. Duh. God,
I'm an idiot.
Stephanie.
What a dummy.
Because it's a big word. I felt like it's something that for one reason or another, I remember.
I'm like, it's a Ouija board and the triangle.
It's the triangle thing that moves on the board. So they put one hand on that, and they put another one on their other hand on Mildred's journal, both at the same time. So he says that he wants to talk to the child spirits and not the slendery thing.
So don't you even come forward, creepy guy.
No.
Don't do it.
So does he not know that demonic spirits can pretend to be children?
I hate that.
Yeah.
Wow, I don't like that at all.
That's a thing.
Oh, God.
I mean,
That's to like make you like your guard go down and lure you in.
Yeah, like you can hear child's voices when it could be like a demon.
I hate that.
I watch too much.
You sure do.
I like paranormal. I don't like
But
watching.
you don't like paranormal movies.
No, not at all.
But you like those like ghost hunter shows.
I do. I'm obsessed.
So bizarre.
So obsessed. Anyways, moving on. So they start asking questions to these children and start hearing noises around them. Then Chrissy says that she knows a chant that always works. Fuck you, Chrissy. Because here's the thing.
Go home, Chrissy.
You don't know what you're saying. So what she is, like this chant that she's talking about is all in Latin.
Right. And she's just having him repeat after her this chant.
Yeah. So she starts and he's like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not saying anything that I don't understand. She explains that like what she's saying quickly. Who the fuck is she to believe? Anyways.
Right. Okay, for some girl who just showed up in the woods.
Right.
Who knew where you were, where you did not say where you were going.
No.
And she just showed up. You didn't hear a car roll up. You didn't hear her get into the house.
No.
You didn't hear her come up those creaky ass. You know they're creaky ass stairs. They're old as fuck. They make all the creaks.
Absolutely.
You didn't hear her getting up the stairs at all. It
No.
just fucking appears.
Yes.
And you're like, cool, I'll repeat the Latin words after you.
Fuck you.
Ridiculous.
No, because you don't know if she's going to be opening portals of some sort.
Not okay.
No.
But he doesn't believe it still.
No.
He's skeptical.
But he does it.
But he does it.
He does it. Ugh. I don't know. So when the chant is finished, there's immediately like a loud thump above them, like on the floor above them. So a motion sensor goes off in the bathroom. And when Chrissy gets up to go check it out, Sean wimps out. Like, because he
doesn't want to go.
He's like, you go.
Yeah.
You be my eyes. I'm going to stay right here.
I'll watch it from the iPad.
Oh my
She's
God.
like, I thought you didn't want to split up. And he's like, well, that's okay. It'll better work out fine this way. All the viewers are calling him like a pussy.
They're like, Chrissy's braver than you. We should. One of the comments said that this should be Chrissy's channel and call it "Facing Sean's fears for him." I'm like, damn, they're like roasting them.
100%.
So she goes off, obviously alone, and as he is checking his iPad to hear, like, and hears where the noises are, he realizes that the planchette on the Ouija board has moved by itself.
Yep.
So then he hears another noise and he gets like his things to go find her upstairs. Like he collects all of his things. He's like, okay, I'm going to find her. We should split up.
I can't be here for myself. I gotta go.
So he's calling for her, but she doesn't answer. So she ends up jumping out at him.
Yes.
She was hiding in one of the bedrooms or behind a door or whatever. So he starts getting pissed.
She scared the shit out of him.
She really did.
Yeah.
She did a good job.
She sure did.
So he starts getting pissed and accusing her of being a stalker and already being in the house before he got there. And then he says that he is going to go back downstairs and try to figure out how to exorcise ghost children. Stop. So with this creepy look on Chrissy's face, she says that that's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Her face gets real creepy.
Yes. She's like laughing because she's like, it was a joke. It was funny. And then her head like tilts down.
Yeah, with her
Top
eyes.
of the eye thing. You know, I fucking hate that.
I know.
She's like, that's not a good idea.
I'm like,
And he's like, why not? Then like a vampire bitch. She just fucking attacks him,
lunges.
chomping the fuck out of his neck. Real bitey bitch.
I was like, well, that's unexpected.
Unexpected. And she's like biting him, and we can see from like the camera in the hallway angle.
Yeah.
And of course, because it's like an old ass house, there's like a hole in the wall, of course.
Of course.
So he grabs like a piece of wood out of the hole, and he's like, yeah, and stabs her in the neck.
Well, then he like freaks out that he killed her and tells his viewers that he needs somebody to call 911 or call the cops. So he says that he's going to drive to town. He's going to turn himself in. Like he didn't mean for this to happen.
It was an accident. It was an accident.
I'm like, okay, calm down, dude. So when he goes back into the hallway, Chrissy's not there.
Of course not.
See, you never turn your back.
Don't take your eyes off that allegedly dead bitch. Don't do it.
Allegedly.
Watch her.
So we see that there's like this trail of blood that's going from the hallway into one of the bedrooms or closet, or I don't know what it was. So he looks at the camera on his iPad feed to kind of figure out where she's at. So someone, when he's looking at his iPad, he sees someone hanging from the ceiling, swinging back and forth at the staircase.
That's apparently how Mildred died.
Correct.
I don't know if we said that or not.
I think he did.
She hung herself because I guess the whole story was that like she lived in this house by herself that her dad built for her.
Yeah.
And she wrote poems, and this guy named Lars or something crazy is like this publisher from the East Coast, and he came out crossing through the country and stopped in this town and met her, and they fell in love, and they were long distance lovers for 2 years, and he came back and proposed to her, and they were going to go to Boston and get married. Right before their wedding, he died randomly and mysteriously, and she couldn't take it, and she hung herself in her house.
So
So
dramatic.
the top of the stairs, that's where she died.
That's where she died.
He's looking through the camera, and he sees somebody hanging, like a body swinging at the top of the stairs.
Thinking it's Mildred. Okay. So he looks at the viewer comments and clicks on a video that was posted of a little boy explaining the symbol that was found in the closet in the office area that he was in. So he found out, he tells him that it was Hamza.
I believe you.
Okay. And it was used to ward off evil. So he said that it was probably working until he decided to throw it on the ground and crack it.
Yeah.
So then he freaks out.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, fuck. So everyone is telling him to get out of the house now, but he says that he can't. So after this pep talk from someone else that's on the feed, that if she could hurt him, then she probably would have already hurt him by now. So don't worry about it.
Fair theory.
He's fine.
Yeah.
So
He says he's just going to squeeze by the hanging lady on the stairs and just go down the staircase. Just squeeze right by her.
I mean, there was a good 3 feet. So
I mean, it like in theory, it is a creepy thought that
theory.
he's looking at the hallway and sees nothing. And then he
Correct.
has his iPad and sees like someone swinging. That's creepy.
So why is it on the iPad?
I don't know.
Okay.
Were they like infrared? I don't know. Is that a thing with ghosts? I don't know.
I don't know what kind of GoPro cameras he had, but I don't know.
Are they these ones?
Okay. So he walks down the hallway slowly towards Mildred, who's swinging at the, because he's looking at his iPad as he's walking because he can see her
So he
swinging.
can squeeze on by.
Squeeze on by her. So as he gets closer, he pulls the iPad down from his face, and creepy Mildred jumps at him and starts strangling him.
Yeah. Grabs him under his head. And then out of nowhere, her gross dead hands and creepy ass long fingernails like go up his nose.
Why did she stick her finger up his nose?
It's up there.
It's up there. Like, it's far in there.
It's like knuckle deep in his nose. It's nuts.
So he ends up throwing her down the stairs and run. Okay, so we already know that she's a ghost.
Yeah.
So he's going to throw a ghost down the stairs and thinking that
I
she's
also
dead.
don't understand, like, now he can see her, but he couldn't? Is that the ghost saying, I don't want you to see me now, but now you can? Like, I don't get it.
I guess so. I guess she makes her own rules.
Oh, we also find out that Chrissy is Mildred.
Oh, yeah.
She was the one swinging and putting her finger up his nose.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's why she appeared so easily in the house and knew her way around it because it's her house and she's the ghost and Chrissy is Mildred. Cool.
I'm so glad you got that out. Are you okay? Are you all right? So, okay, so he throws her downstairs. He runs past her. He takes off the grate in the living room because he wants to get the key and get out of there.
Yeah.
So he finds a key, but it's not to the deadbolt in the door. But then, as he gets it, he realizes that his nose is bleeding.
Yeah.
So he ends up pulling Mildred's fingernail out of his nose.
Like the whole nail.
I have a question. How did he not know this until this very second and his nose started bleeding?
Who knows?
No. No.
No?
No.
A
Maybe a little bit.
A little bit. Okay, I'll take it.
You're so dumb. Anyways.
I agree. That was a long ass fingernail wedged up your nose. Like, you would feel that. That would hurt.
You would feel it. Okay.
All right.
He screams. He goes to find the key in this grate. Great. To get out of there. So once he gets it, he realizes it's not the key.
Mm-hmm.
It's a key to the actual the jewelry box or the wooden box that he'd found at the cellar.
Yeah, that he put in his backpack to try to sell on eBay. Yeah.
Correct. Yes. So he hears a noise from another room. So he grabs a stick, like a broomstick.
I don't know.
He tries to break like a boarded up window out, but he can't do it for one reason or another because I guess the boards are stable after
decades,
300 years.
Decades, centuries. Unreal.
So he looks at the viewer comments and someone tells him to use the key to open the box.
Mm-hmm.
So when he does, there's like this old-timey picture of Mildred.
He just tosses it on the ground.
He realizes that it looks just like Mildred. So we're putting pieces together.
Percy and Mildred, same person.
Sean's a little slow. So he also finds a mummified whole finger that's wrapped in a doily.
Looks like the one that was shoved up his nose.
It really did.
But it is like wrapped in this like doily lacy looking thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, ugh, and throws that too.
Okay.
It was gross looking.
Yeah, but just put it back in the box.
Right.
Don't.
What are you going to do? Keep the box for what? What are you going to do with that?
There's nothing in there. There's no money.
Get rid of it.
Okay. So they tell him to take the rope. His viewers tell him to take the rope that's laying on the ground that was attached to the bucket, the well bucket, to go upstairs and jump out of the window that's open.
Like, rappel down.
Correct. So he thinks it's crazy until he hears a noise, and then he like looks around.
Are we not gonna like check any other downstairs windows?
No,
We're gonna assume they're all fucked.
You would think that there's probably more than just, I don't know, 2 windows.
Here's my thought, and what I'm struggling with is that the house has been vandalized. There's graffiti everywhere. There's heroin needles in one entire room.
That's true.
So clearly, recently-ish, people have been in there.
That's true.
So like, is someone going up there every time and boarding up a different window? Like, I have a hard time with that. And you know these heroin addicts are not climbing up the house, going into a 2-story window.
That's true.
They'll go behind the house and shoot up. What are we talking about?
I don't have answers.
He's like, must go upstairs.
Let's go upstairs.
Okay.
So he sees like the creepy slender guy like walk past a doorway and he freaks out. So he ends up bolting upstairs, runs into the nursery, ties the rope around one of the bed frame things.
Yeah, posty things.
Yeah. And then he hears a noise coming from like a lump in the bed. It's dark in this room. So the only light we can see is like on his little GoPro thing. Thank you, Stephanie. So he looks down at the lump in this bed and it's like moving a little bit.
Yeah.
So this was kind of a creepy part. So the mask like quickly like takes off towards him, like underneath the sheet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, it jolted. Didn't love it.
I did. No, I didn't like that. So he ends up going into the office now, runs in, closes the doors, covers himself up in a sheet that's like in the closet. Okay. So he looks at the comments again and someone tells him that she owns him now and to watch the video that was just posted.
Uh-huh.
So in the video, there's a professor that has translated what he repeated after Christy in Latin.
Uh-huh.
Chrissy.
Chris, it's fine. I was going to let you roll with it. There's no problem.
Okay. So he basically said that he forfeits his soul and that he gives him gives him his will.
It says,
his will.
I give thee my soul and forfeit my will.
That's it. You did it.
But the woman who's making the video, I guess her kid or her daughter is in the room too, and like grabs the camera and says that she has a theory on Mildred that she's just messing with people's heads, making them feel so depressed and psychotic. and putting themselves, I guess, in a situation to like create this chant, basically killing themselves.
Right.
So she's like messing people to make them like suicidal, is what this little girl's theory is. Which I'm like, for a little girl,
I know. It's
that's
pretty good.
big.
Well, I mean, with her mom being a professor, she probably talks about it at the dinner table.
Don't let anybody control you psychologically. You'll want to kill yourself.
So one of the other comments was that this was karma for what he got canceled for 6 months ago and that he should die. And I'm like, whoa,
Wow.
that's rough.
That's really
So
bad.
he keeps getting roasted by everybody for like what he did. And like he's freaking out. He's like, I apologize, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I didn't mean it, whatever. So then he hears a noise. He looks around the closet that he's in, but he doesn't see anything.
Yeah.
When he lifts the blanket that's on his lap,
Because he hears like his name.
he hears his name. Mildred's head pops out of his crotch.
Like between his
legs.
Like right at the crotch.
His face is towards his crotch. And she's like, guilty, then proceeds to bite his crotch.
Ow. And she like thrashes around a bit. Like a shark. Just
Tell me more, Stephanie.
chomp, thrash.
So he panics, jumps naturally, runs upstairs to the nursery where the window is open, lunges himself out of it.
Just throws his entire body out the two-story
Literally,
window.
he just jumps
Yeah.
onto the ground. So as he's like, he has like this huge gash on his leg.
Because he lands like on his feet. Ugh, he probably like snapped his shin or
He
something
probably
crazy.
did something. I don't know. He's having a hard time walking.
Doesn't look good.
No. So he hears growling coming from the upstairs window. So he decides to like, it's time to go. We
Sure.
got to get out of here.
Yeah.
So Sean's about to get to the car, to get back to his car, but he realizes that he threw the spark plugs out into the woods.
Sure did.
Goes into the woods. He actually finds them, which I was very surprised. And then as he's about to leave, he hears this noise and there's like this face appears in like a trunk of a tree.
I guess so.
Maybe?
Yeah. like,
Why?
in the woods.
Why?
Like, I don't care.
I don't.
It makes me angry.
Okay. So, he ends up running, but he falls to the ground. I don't know if he trips or
Who cares?
it doesn't matter. So, I'm trying to make.
You're right. He does fall. But in every scary movie, somebody has to fall when they're running away. So it doesn't matter. He just like, whoa, stumbles and like hits the ground and then hears his name again.
Right.
And he turns around and it's a police officer. But like,
Right.
I wasn't fooled.
No.
Let me tell you right now.
No. Oh.
Let me tell you, I was not fooled. Because
Wow, she's getting real aggressive.
he showed pictures in the beginning of like
did.
Mildred's father.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that bitch is Mildred's father. Like, he had a stupid mustache too.
I wasn't even paying attention to that.
Mustache that connected to handlebars with no beard.
Ah.
This is not handlebars. What am I thinking of? Sideburns?
Okay.
Sideburns. Connected to mustache. Like this. That was his look.
Just like that.
Just like this.
Wow.
That's it.
Very.
That's the look.
You're really going for it. You're really committed.
Nothing here.
Okay.
So he asks, and he was like, hey, are you Sean? I can't remember his name for a second. And he's like, yeah, how do you know how to find me? And he starts talking about how he saw his stream.
Right. He's like, I'm really enjoying it. Well, okay. So Sean turns to where the cop's car is, or where it should have been.
be.
Yeah, yeah. But then the camera turns back to the cop. The cop is gone. Okay. So he turns the camera away, looking in another direction to see if he can find it.
Yeah, he keeps saying, like, where's your car?
Yeah.
Where's your car at?
Then he turns back. The cop is there.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So that's when he's like, I've seen the live stream. I've really enjoyed it. But I don't like it when you hurt people. I knew this wasn't going to go well.
No.
So then in a demonic voice,
Yeah.
the cop says that he really shouldn't hurt people as the cop starts moving towards him.
Yep.
Then Sean kicks him in the crotch and
He says, I don't hurt people except for mother froggers and kicks him in the balls.
Mother Frogger.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
Or he said, you mother frogger.
Yes.
That's what he said. And then kicks him in the balls and then runs and like dives into the backseat of his own car.
And locks the door.
And locks the door. But he still has like his headlight on.
Right.
And like his camera's going. So it's like he can't really see how people can see him still in there because he's all lit up still.
Uh-huh.
It's just not great.
No.
He continues to hear growling while he's in the back of the car.
I'm going to tell you that these spirits and these like angry demonic people,
Yeah.
they know where he's at.
Doesn't matter where he
Regardless,
goes.
No.
Yeah.
So he ends up finding another camera on the floor of his car, which is weird.
Yeah.
He tapes it to a stick that he had in his car.
Was it like a beef jerky stick? Like a
it
Slim Jim,
was.
right?
I think
I
so.
think it was like in wrapping.
Maybe.
He like duct tapes it to the like beef jerky stick and like sticks it out the window.
So he can see if he can find any. Okay. So he sees that the cop is like seizing on the ground in the distance. And then one of the viewers commented that they found the Hamza lady. That was the picture.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we see an interview of this lady. In the interview, we hear the old lady say that she was a nanny and this was actually the Pratt house when she was 15. So she said that there was a vengeful spirit that lived in the house. Her name was Mildred. But she created, this old lady had created like a ward to keep her powers at bay. And it's in the upstairs closet. And then the guy, I thought this was so funny. The guy that's interviewing her says, oh, he broke it, like real quick. And then the lady's like, oh shit, he's going to die.
She's so sweet, and then her face turns, and oh shit.
Oh shit. You just fucked yourself.
Sorry, no helping you.
That was it.
so
That's all I got to say. So she tells him that Mildred's sold her soul to the devil and to ward against her that he will need a sacrifice, like some kind of sacrifice.
I think he needed to like give flesh is kind of what they kept
Flesh.
saying.
That's what it was. So just then there's like this crashing noise outside the car. So Sean grabs this, what I thought was like a potato gun type thing.
It kind like a t-shirt cannon.
Yeah, that's what it was. Like, yeah. I mean, it was okay.
Yeah.
So he had it in his car.
Yeah.
Does he live in his car? Because I feel like he's got a lot of shit in there.
He had a lot of stuff in there. But it was more merch because it had like the name of his like streaming show on it. It's like this bright orange thing. He's trying to find some type of weapon in there.
Yeah.
Then he finds a bobblehead of himself also that he puts in the t-shirt cannon potato gun thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he prepares to shoot the cop because the window's down now. To prepare to shoot the cop, like
Who's now like a zombie.
How did that happen?
Because he's like a normal person. And
Is
now
that what
he's,
happened
like,
when he was seizing on the
super-
ground?
Transforming back to a zombie, maybe?
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know. So the cop comes to the other side of the car of where he's on the opposite side of where he's pointing the gun. He smashes the window, grabs Sean's neck, and then they end up getting in this like fight or altercation, whatever. Sean ends up shooting a hole in the cop's chest.
Yeah.
And he grabs his iPad, which is completely shattered now. Doesn't know if it's still streaming, but he's continuing on with this whole thing. So he talks to himself and says that this was not the way that he wants to go. He wants to live. He wanted to repair his image, and he doesn't want to be remembered as a douchebag.
Too late, I think, for that.
I don't think you can come back from
There's
which.
no recovery here, buddy.
No. So he says that he needs to write a note just in case something happens,
Okay.
which I don't know.
Thankfully.
I don't. Why?
I don't
Okay.
know.
So he grabs Mildred's journal, and a piece of like folded paper falls out of it, and it's titled was it
I didn't
Unholy Hand of Power, I think is what it was.
Okay. I didn't write the title down, but I believe you.
So he realizes that this must have been what she used to sell her soul to the devil.
Okay.
So he looks in her journal for more information, and he comes to the conclusion, not mine, that she just wants people to read her poetry and have a following. So he's trying to put
It's a projection.
He's trying to put himself in her shoes and be like, this is why she's doing it, because she wants viewers and she wants attention just like I do.
He has to create a copy sake, he said.
Yes. I think it was a copy strike.
Copy strike.
Copy strike.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay. So he gives an example of when he sung the Beach Boys song on one of his episodes. They did a copy strike on him that took all the income from his episode. So he thinks that if he reads the unholy power ritual thing that she read, that he can steal her power. What?
Right, because that's a thing from someone from the 1800s. Okay.
What?
Okay.
Okay.
So he has to get back in the house to get back to his laptop. And as he's like getting gear on, he's got this cassette player. He's got this music he plays to amp himself up.
The whole entire thing. It's like eerie music.
It's weird. He's like, he puts the cassette in, presses play, and he goes, let's demonetize this bitch.
No. You don't know how to do any of that. You are not a
And also,
demonologist.
it's a stupid theory, too. Why would somebody who died in 1880
Just want attention.
want attention?
Okay. So
She's a vengeful bitch. She doesn't want attention.
no, she wants to steal your soul. Okay, so as you're saying, he's got his recorder playing with his eerie music to kind of pump himself up. Whatever, he goes back inside. When he's in, he and unwraps his what I call the anti-demon starter kit, which had what his mother told him to bring.
Like the little bits of everything.
Little bits of everything. It's like a little travel size. So the knife that's in there, he tapes it to the end of a broomstick. And then he rubs some of the garlic on the end of it. It's like, oh my God. So then grabs the holy water and then one of the used syringes that he found on the table downstairs, and he fills that with holy water.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch that.
No. So he walks through the house to the upstairs. So he
grabs a kitchen.
On the way, yeah.
That cleaver thingy.
The meat cleaver.
Meat cleaver. Cleaver thingy, meat cleaver. It's the same thing.
Tomato. So he's at the bottom of the stairs and calls up to Mildred and says that he understands why she's doing what she's doing, but she's taken things too far.
He says, in the loving words of my manager, you've taken things too far. Way too far.
I can see how somebody would say that to him. Got it. So he goes up to the office and sees that he has been streaming the whole time. Like he looks on his laptop. He's excited. So because he thinks that he may die, he apologizes for the stunts that he has done that have hurt people.
Yeah.
So specifically the one where he paid a homeless man to fight him and he ended up dying. So this was the one where I think he was canceled on YouTube.
Yeah. That took it too far one.
Took it too far. So then the time where, he was also talking about a time where he used minorities to smuggle him across the Mexican border. Why? I can't.
It's ridiculous.
So
it's just ridiculous.
Okay. So he walks into the hallway calling for Mildred and reading her poems, I guess to get her
entice her maybe. Instigate a little bit.
Goes into the nursery again. There's a little boy sitting with his back to him on the bed. And when he walks over, the boy turns around and he has like a gray face and he also has a demon sticking out of his stomach.
Like another body growing out of his gut.
It's a small kid coming out of his stomach.
I hate it.
It's like okay.
But like when he turned around, it wasn't scary.
No, it was not.
And I think the stomach demon like shouted at Sean a little bit.
I felt bad for him.
He was very much trapped.
Yeah. He just wanted to get out.
He didn't choose that life.
No, he didn't.
He's just a stomach monster. Stomach demon.
Stomach demon. So Sean runs out, obviously, puts some salt in the doorway of the threshold of this door. And then in the hall, he hears a woman's voice calling him to come to her.
Oh, boy.
So he tells her to come get him, and then she aggressively tells him to come get her. Like, they're having this back and forth, like, you come get me. No, you come get me.
No, you.
I'm like, oh, my God. He looks at his iPad, and he can see that she's there. But instead, no. He looks on his iPad to see if he can see her there. But instead, he sees the corner man that's walking towards him.
Yeah.
Somehow, the corner man takes the knife broomstick that Sean is holding.
Like, somehow his weapon got turned on him.
How?
So he's using his iPad to see where this corner man is. And he has his, like, little pokey thing, right?
Right.
That he has. And he's like, yeah, like, poking into the air. Because he can't see him physically.
No, right.
Then all of a sudden it gets snatched out of his hand, turned on him. And then we see the dagger coming at him, stabs him in the leg. He runs into that creepy bathroom to hide. Like, how did your weapon get turned on you so quickly?
I don't know. Okay. So then we hear Mildred saying that she's scared from the other side of the door because he closed the bathroom door. And he's in that he really hurt her. Like, she's talking in this very sweet.
Of course, manipulative.
Very.
Ghosts are sneaky bitches.
Sneaky. So as she's trying to get in the door, he says that he has the internet and he could help. Sean, read the room. She doesn't know what the internet is.
She died in 1880.
She doesn't know what
the internet is. Let's stop. She's like, oh shit, really?
Really?
Google how to make this go away, man.
I can't. So then his light goes out.
Of course.
And we hear the door creak open.
Of course.
So it's pitch black in the room, and we hear Mildred right next to him say that she wants him to meet someone. So his light comes back on, and now he is in a bathtub in the bathroom with this nasty, like,
black
scum water.
Gross water.
Pond water.
Pond water.
Sean's eyes are gray.
Yeah, weirdly foggy all of a sudden.
It's like he's blind. And he says that the water feels so good. Okay. So he puts his hand in the water. He ends up pulling out an eyeball.
Yeah.
Starts eating it.
Sure does.
Snacking on it. So then he gets his head shoved under the water.
Yeah.
He yells that he is an influencer and everything seems to quiet down. So so everything stopped because he said he was an influencer?
Like the one from 1880 knows what the fuck that is.
She doesn't know what that means.
She has no idea.
No, she knows probably what the word influence means, but not influencer. So then the ghost demon thing has his skin with like skin falling off of him, pops out of the water.
Yeah.
Sean throws the plastic shower curtain over his head, like wraps him in it.
This creepy monster is also stupid looking too. It looked like a terribly
It was
made
gross.
costume.
It was gross.
Holes in it. Like
It was a lot.
yeah, very pruny. It's been in the water for too many centuries.
It has.
Yes.
So Sean ends up stabbing him with
the
his
holy
holy water
syringe.
syringe.
Yeah.
Question. How did the syringe not stab him before he stabbed anybody else?
There was no
with it?
cover on the needle.
No.
I happened to notice that as well.
I did.
He just pulled it out of where?
Where?
Didn't grab it, didn't poke himself in the wrong
No.
thing. Just, yeah.
How? That doesn't make sense to me. So anyways, the demon dies. Sean starts laughing until the demon's head explodes and like this cheese goo splatter all over his face.
Seriously disgusting.
It was like cheese. It was like American cheese color,
Yeah.
but melted in globs.
Disgusting.
was
I described it as pus.
Oh wow.
Blech.
Wow,
Blech.
it looked like cheese.
Cottagey, yes. But also, like, once Mildred allegedly stopped, when he's like, I'm an influencer, Mildred, no.
Yeah.
His eyes were no longer foggy.
Yeah,
And then the creature attacked him. That's when he syringed him. So now his eyes aren't foggy anymore.
which is weird.
It doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
But now he still has stuff on his face. And I'm like, can you wipe that off? Like, it's too close to your mouth. Like, it's just, get it off. Get it off. It's so gross.
It is pretty gross. It's gross. So
Yeah.
he says he's gonna kill her. He like it's like all Rambo-y, and he throws her journal out into the hallway.
Yeah.
To I guess bait her.
100%.
So when he sees the book move, he goes out to try to like chop her hand off, I guess. Or
He's just like chopping the air around the book,
With
hoping
his
that
meat
her
cleaver?
arm's gonna be holding it and like chop, chop.
she's a ghost.
She's a ghost.
Okay, so Mildred ends up attacking him, obviously.
Yes.
But he hits her in the head with the meat cleaver because
Yep.
now she's there.
She's a presence now. She's no longer like a spirit.
Okay, so there's a meat cleaver in her head. He puts a camera, so she's laying on the ground, or she's I think she's on the ground. Yeah, so he puts another like
the GoPro on her head.
GoPro,
Like the one that she was originally wearing.
right, to kind of keep track of her.
Right. So if she gets up and disappears again, which I'm like, that's a smart move because she already kind of disappeared once.
So what happens when she's a ghost? What do you see?
Somehow it stays on her head.
Okay,
Because it does. Somehow.
it does. So he walks in the office. He hits her like in the head with a chair.
Yeah.
ends up
Because
knocking
he like
her out.
hides and then she like goes after him.
Yeah. Then he crudely duct tapes her to the ground, like her hands, and
Like
then
a one little like 6-inch piece of duct tape over her wrists.
no.
I mean, anybody's stronger than a 6-piece of duct tape.
I agree.
He also drew, I don't know with what, but that like palm hand on the ground.
It's the chalk he had in his backpack, I'm sure.
Of course. Because why don't you always bring chalk with you? Of
course you bring chalk.
Trying to summon a demon.
Yeah.
You always bring chalk.
Of course. You never know what you're going to need it for.
Duh. Obviously.
Yes.
He drew the palm, dragged her body into the middle of the palm on the ground, and then duct tape a piece over her mouth, as well as over her ankles and her wrists to like tape
Right.
her into the palm.
Well, she gets up pretty easily.
Well, of course.
So
He starts like this chant thing to like
oh yeah.
get, I don't know. He said something about like death becomes unholy with the power of my holy hand. I use the power of my will, my words, my passion. Anyway, my authority. I take the souls, bind them to me.
Oh wow, you wrote all that?
I did.
Good job.
I feel like I need to contribute something. So she's like, yeah, blah, blah. And then she stops and then starts laughing.
Yeah.
And then it's basically like just stands up effortlessly. Because again, it was like a 6-inch piece of duct tape.
That's not
Just
the way
like pop, stands up.
he has no idea how duct tape works.
No, he sure doesn't. He's like, this'll do.
Well, she ends up knocking him out, and she
Right.
sticks another one of her fingers up another one of his nostrils. She ends up like smacking around.
I did like that he yells like, "Why?" when her fingers up there. I'm like, I'm thinking the same thing.
I don't know. I don't know why. She likes putting fingers in noses.
Yeah, but it gets like gross.
It does. So then she starts pouring the pee that he peed in the bucket.
Yeah,
on his
she's
face.
like waterboarding him with his own pee because she puts like a
like a
rag or something over his face.
Where'd she get that?
I don't know.
Okay.
And then she starts like waterboarding him with his own piss, and
Uh-huh.
then like the rag comes off, and then she's pouring it in his mouth. I'm like, close your fucking mouth. Close the mouth.
You gotta know that that's pee.
You can smell it, right? That's your own piss. Close your mouth. And then like he's being tossed around, and there's like a conveniently placed cinder block.
What did he do with it though?
He just like grabs it effortlessly and like put it on her leg.
Yeah, but
To like bite. Stop.
okay.
It's like on her ankle. Anybody can just push it off.
Right. I don't. Okay. So he ends up knocking her off. He crawls out of the room. Then
I have a question.
Oh, yes.
We see him crawling away and he has no pants on. When did he lose his pants? Did I miss that?
Yes, because yes, you did miss that. Because when she was coming in the room,
Yeah.
he took his pants off and his shoes and put them behind the desk because he wanted her to go over that way and he was in the closet.
How did I miss that?
I don't know.
I was like, where the fuck are his pants? He's wearing like tiny whities and he's like,
I know.
crawling out of the room.
Good question.
I was like, I guess we don't wear pants?
No.
When we're trying to summon a demon or get rid of a demon?
Maybe he was trying to like shake his goods at her. Say, hey, baby.
He's like, you bit it once. Come back for seconds, girl.
Yeah, so that's what happened to his pants. So he throws himself down the stairs. Literally throws himself down the stairs.
And as they're crawling away, we see more people commenting, right?
Oh,
and
yeah.
One person said, anyone else think Chrissy's still hot?
She's pretty cute. Oh my God. I can't. These comments were just ridiculous.
They were really funny. And someone else commented saying, bye, Felicia.
See ya.
Guess you're going to die, Sean. Bye, Felicia.
So he throws himself on the stairs. He starts to try to crawl out of the house. As he tries to figure out why his ritual didn't work.
We all are.
I know. And realizes that he had to sacrifice flesh like the old lady had told him.
Yep.
So he goes
Extreme.
chops up his own finger with the cleaver.
Yeah.
Why? Okay.
Fountain. Fountain.
It was.
But it looked like watery.
Yeah.
Just like, and like orangey kind of.
A little bit.
He's like,
It was not dark red like it should have been.
No.
It's okay. So he gets his iPad. He ends up propping it up. And then he puts on his outro music. He thanks everyone for tuning in and subscribing. They beat the house. Then he hears...
Yeah, because Mildred gets like dragged away, doesn't she?
Yeah.
When he chops off his finger and it's like weird water fountain of blood, she's like, what? And then she gets like dragged backwards, which we see because of her GoPro.
Right.
And then she gets like dragged into this like pool of what looks like blood. I don't know, hell, portal, who fucking cares?
I don't.
So he's like, you're saying, laughing, and he's excited that they beat the house. Okay. And he said, tell the Huffington Post to suck it.
Okay, calm down, Sean. So then he hears a voice. He
Yeah.
looks up, and the little boy with the demon on of his stomach is walking towards him. And then in another direction, the corner man is walking towards him.
Yep.
Some of the other ghosts,
The tub monster.
walking towards him.
Yeah.
Then the stream goes out as he tries to crawl away.
He's gone.
That's
The
it.
end.
We don't know what happened to him.
Mm-hmm. I have one fact. I'm not even gonna say it's fun. I have one.
You haven't had very fun facts lately.
I feel like I'm just sifting through shit to just find the best option.
I got it.
Polish off a piece of turd, make it look good.
Oh,
That's where I'm at.
Lipstick on a pig.
100%. I got one.
Okay.
Okay, so Deadstream was filmed in the same house as the 1991 HBO film Made Men, which also is 1999 again, which I don't know why that's necessary, but it doesn't matter. Starring Jim Belushi. That's it. That's all I got.
Oh.
That's it. So that haunted house was used twice in the movie, which I'm sure is not uncommon in Hollywood.
Probably not. Okay. Great one. It's good. Good time.
Want to hear it watching next week?
Sure.
Okay, let me pull it up. I'm not prepared again. Oh. Okay, come on, IMDb. This does exist. Okay. You want to hear what we're watching next week?
Sure.
We are watching Pearl from 2022.
Oh.
We watched X.
Yeah, this is like
the prequel, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. In 1918, it says, of course. 'Cause that's supposed to be in the 70s, right? Wasn't X. It doesn't. It doesn't.
I don't know.
Okay, do you want to hear the IMDb synopsis for it?
Sure.
In 1918, a young woman on the brink of madness pursues stardom in a desperate attempt to escape the Sorry, hold on. I gotta sound another word here. Okay, I'm just gonna take that one out. An attempt to escape the isolation and lovelessness of her life in her parents' farm.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Okay. Okay.
Just stay on our website. Everything for our shows on our website. We update all of our social media, so you'll just get different things, whether you're on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook.
Yeah.
We just try to mix it up a little bit.
No.
Join our Facebook group.
Yeah.
Watch Pearl if you haven't seen it yet. Thanks, patrons, for watching this shit show.
Yeah. You're welcome.
We can't wait to see what you pick for next month. And check out Pearl and come back next week.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.